I was muted. Hello, konnichiwa, hola, hola everyone. My name is Leo, and I'm your resident demi vampire singer VTuber, and a little bit tired here today. Hello here, Flame. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here. If you're wondering, guys, why am I a little like my voice sounds a little bit lower than usual? So yesterday, you know how was my birthday on like Wednesday? So yesterday was when I was able to. Oh, look at the hearts! That's really cute. I love that. By the way, the chat is going. I'm just over it. Like, oh, that's not it. Here, like that's how it looks. But because I'm over it, you guys can't see it. I like that I fade in and out. Anyway, so the point is that it was my birthday during the week, and it wasn't until yesterday that my friends could come over and celebrate a little bit. And so that's why my voice is a little bit shot, but it doesn't hurt. It's just I'm tired. But yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Let's get started, shall we? Now, last time we did the first volume and then half of the second. So we're gonna start with this other character here. And my goal is to at least maybe possibly either finish volume 3 or get to the first half or of volume 4, because as established last time we have 18 volumes, so it's gonna take us a little bit to get there, but yeah. Okay, hello Hero Flame, welcome. Thank you. You stumble through the streets of a strange alien world. Ever since you crash landed on this hostile planet, you have been desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly for a bit of medical attention. Along the way, you've had some laughs, embarrassing missteps, and maybe even an encounter with alien meat products. How am I doing? I'm great. Just a little bit tired. But it's a good tired, so it's fine. Anyway, you don't really want to get into it. What you do want to get into is friendship. An entire planet of endless friends opportunities awaits you. I'm starting to question a little bit this protagonist. I don't think his friendships have been very good. So, anyway, or there, because I don't know what they are. Honestly, at this point, you'd make friends with one of those weird purple bushes. You're not picky. Wait, you see something in the distance, or perhaps someone? Yeah, but there are. I mean, true, I'm always like a little bit tired, but there are different kinds of tired, I think. This time it's not work related, so it's fine? Question mark? I don't know, but yeah, it's a good kind of tired. I did sleep a little bit more today, so that's good. And yeah, and this week things are about to get even more busy because semester starting. So yeah. Anyway, yes, a potential new friend approaches, and they almost look as messed up as you are. Oh. Hey, Siraba? Siraba? Question mark? Whoa, what the frick, Lamau? You an alien? You nod enthusiastically. I mean, I guess we are aliens in this world. You nod enthusiastically. You sure hope your prospective new friend is comfortable with the extraterrestrials. Things could get pretty awkward otherwise. You should really, like, not be outside, Lamau. Freaks like you will get picked off by drones in a hot second. No offense, Lamau. You don't like the sound of being picked up by drones. That would really inhibit your companionship plans. You hastily explain to this stranger, one-eyed troll, that you crash-landed on this planet and are in desperate search of friendship. Your plight seems to move them. Well, shit. If you really don't have anywhere to be... Oh, I did say the word. Damn it. I promised myself I wouldn't do anything color-risky. But what the hell am I? Come with me. Name's Sarava, by the way. You follow Sarava down a twisting stretch of road. Wow, this is going great already. You bet you'll have a new friend in no time. Based on our past experiences, I don't know. Oh, is he a streamer as well? Is that Lo-Fi Girl, but this world's version? Because it looks like Lo-Fi Girl and it has horns, and that's that. Alright, here's my hive. You can hide out here for now. I got a lot of followers who are pretty into aliens. They might get a kick out of this, Lamau. You look around Sarava's hive and all. They sure seem to have a batshit crazy taste in home decor. I mean, it looks fine to me. Checking on my aesthetic. I work pretty hard putting this place together. It's all about the look and the BG when you're streaming, Lamau. Is it? I wouldn't know. Don't want my fans to think I live in a fucking dump or, I guess I am too tired because I'm not filtering these. And spend most of my days depressed and crying. Oh, okay. Are you good, buddy? You need a hug? You like Monster Wave? What is a Moisture Wave? Seriously? If you don't even know Moisture Wave I like, can't really see why you would want to be friends with me, Lamau. Because to be honest, I don't even know how to explain it to you. You just have to, like, get it. Actually, yeah. This isn't gonna work out. Get out of my hive. Oh. Thrown out. Okay. I didn't save and I realized too late, so we're gonna have to skip through all of that. Okay, yeah, friendship, and then we choose Sarava, and then we go to his house, and then okay. I mean, there's no point in saving anymore because we've already chosen like our answer. So, oh yeah, I love it. You have no idea what the heck a moisture wave is, but you don't want to offend your new friend. You tell them you love it. Word. I'm actually streaming some chill beats as we speak. Check it. They gesture toward their strangely bulbous alien computer. On the screen is a grotesque channel. Lo-fi aesthetic incubated beats. That sounds like a channel that probably exists. Wow, they sure have a lot of subscribers. You ask them if they drew that very nice anime girl they're using as a splash art. Nah, I just ripped it off of some Eastern alternate movie and recolored it to look like me. Fucking nail it, Lamau. You nod vigorously. This is very impressive. Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal online. I built up my own streaming empire. Worked my ass off. Nurse these beats to hell from tragically ill sample loops. It's not all fun and games though. The life of a popular online guy. You can't even imagine the hardships I've gone through. All in the name of lo-fi chill pop aesthetic moisture wave beats. That stuff keeps me up at night. Sarava looks into the middle of the distance pensively, their one eye filled with poignant emotion. You never knew the life of a streamer could be so vaguely filled with torment. You're moved to cry a single tear. Okay. Yeah, you get it. You're really vibing on my emotional frequency, my dude. You know you gotta suffer for popularity. You nod enthusiastically. You don't think you've ever been particularly popular, but you're very good at suffering. This is going great. But you're very good at suffering, so that's okay. I guess? I wish I could say more. Really get all emotionally vulnerable and share my tragic backstory. But ever since the incident, It's been so hard to trust new people, Amal. You feel me? The incident. This is so tantalizing. You just know that if you want to make a new friend, you're going to have to get them to confess their deepest insecurities and embarrassing secrets to you. That is how friendship works. You place a sympathetic hand on Sirava's shoulder. You know what, dude? You really want to be friends? Yes, you can't believe how pain-free and easy this experience has been. What a wonderful new friend you're about to make. You can practically feel the future bro embraces you two will surely share. They feel good. They feel right. You sure, Igor? But like, if we're gonna be friends, we have got to work on your look. Your aesthetic is basically hot garbage right now. I'm out. My followers can't see me hanging out with a freaking rando like this. I'm sure you understand. You aren't quite sure you follow. What's wrong with your look? You've always thought you had a simplistic charm, a face you could put on a logo. You're not sure if you're ready to change up the tire and true classics for this newfangled teen. But you are so thirsty for Sirava's sweet friendship nectar. You need to taste it. You have to taste it. With a friend like them, you could really go places. You could be someone. Oh boy. You could finally be down with the hip youth of today. Oh god. No. Stop it. This is not how it goes. You tell Sirava you're willing to try anything to get into the steamed ranks of their friend list. Well damn. Hold up, I got an idea, Lamau. Follow me. Sirava leads you up to the winding stairs of their hive. Lining the walls are pictures of Sirava in strange poses in several different locations. They are surrounded by a fellow trolls you don't recognize, in similar silly fashions. Fellow members of the Moisture Wave community? I really gotta take that stuff down. They're all dead to me, Lamau. You want to ask if they mean that literally or not. You never know with trolls, but you keep your mouth shut. Best not offend your new friend. Let's just move on and never speak of this again. Sirava leads you into a fairly large loft bedroom. This room is a bit less ostentatious than the streaming area downstairs. Well, here we are, Lamau. Welcome to my respite block. We're gonna get you hooked up, Lamau. If you're gonna be my new friend, you gotta look the part. For streams and stuff, you know. We have to make you a cheater account too. A cheater? Oh, like Twitter? Or X, or whatever it is now? It's good for my image to have friends, Lamau. The pickings have been pretty slim ever since the incident. On that ominous note, Sirava presses a button on the wall and a large door opens to reveal an expansive walk-in closet filled with colorful accessories and clothes. It looks like a regular batshit neon shirt what? Shirt apocalypse? Well, have at it. Unless you want me to help you pick out a look, Lamau. Save? Let's see, if I let him, what does he do? You admit you have no idea how to dress yourself. You could really use some expert advice from a teen. Oh, crap. Cue the makeover sequence. Dude, I'm gonna make you look aesthetic as frick, Lamau. You stand in the center of Sirava's closet for a good hour as they go back and forth between various fashion items. Man, this troll is really indecisive. You think you're gonna go blind from all the neon in here? Okay. I'm done, Lamau. That was surprisingly hard. You have a hard to dress body, Lamau. Just in general, you kinda freaked up looking, to be honest. It's chill though, cause now you look fly as hell. You look at yourself in the mirror. Oh! Wow! Radical. Neato. Oh god. I don't know about that. Iconic. Now we gotta get you set up on the social medias, my dude. But first, selfie time. He truly is an influencer. You take a variety of cool selfies with Sirava. Wow, this is really going well. Alright, I'll just post these and promo you. You'll be internet famous in no time. Then we can finally be friends, Lamau. That's what's all about, baby. That's what you've been working towards this entire time. Sirava's friendship is so close you can smell it. It smells pretty dank. Ew. Seems like people are really into you, and he's gonna stop being my friend because I'm gonna be more popular than him? Check it out. It's true, the likes and comments and subscriptions are just rolling in, huh? At this rate, you'll be more popular than me. You assure Suraba that this will definitely never happen, and all you truly desire is friendship, not fans. That's what they all say. All my so-called friends. They were only in it because I was popular. No one ever gave a crap about me as a person, Lamau. I'm just a funny meme to them. Just a guy they can copy. You know, Hiveswaps are always stealing my work, my look, my music. And I'm the real influencer, but there's violet blots out there taking my stuff and getting twice the followers and tons of money. And I'm stuck here in this hive with no friends because they all turned on me. But it's cool. It's chill. I'm totally chill with it, Lamau. Something shifts in Siraba's expression as they get a good look at you. You tense up. Your new friend sure is acting weird. Ding! Oh, what? Siraba checks the notification on their phone. What? The hell did you do? Huh? What? You didn't do anything. You think you can just steal my look and get away with it? All my followers think you're the new big thing because you look like me. They want to know what the hell is going on. When's your new friend stream? When's their sign? Are you kidding me? You haven't even done anything. You're just like all the rest. No, you don't want to be like all the rest. You just want to be friends. It's too late for that now. You made me look like a freaking idiot. And now there's only one thing to do. I really didn't want to come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm writing a call-out post. Oh no! Siraba types furiously on their device. You can't stand to look. This is the worst possible thing that could ever happen. Now, no one will be your friend ever again. You'll be forced to live at the outskirts of society. A pariah. You can't even begin to imagine the things that Siraba must be writing about you. You must have freaked up so many things in your life to lead to this point. There's only one thing to do. What? You stagger downstairs, past all the portraits of Siraba's ex-friends. You wonder if they met the same horrible fate as you. Their grinning faces stun you with silvers of friendship that could never be. Up. Wait, you burst out the front door of Siraba's hive and make your way to a conveniently placed stump. You sit on it in complete despair. There's no point leaving anymore. With trembling hands, you reach inside. What? I think that's a little too much, buddy. What? What was that? Like, I knew it was gonna happen, but like, not that ending. That was dark, and we've seen plenty of like not very good things in this game. Okay, I'm gonna pick out my own look. You let Siraba know you are perfectly comfortable picking out your own look. You think you can figure out this fashion business easily enough. What could possibly go wrong? This is child's play. Yeah, man. Fashion is just all about like what you're feeling. And also what's trending, but you know. We're the ones that start the trends. You strike me as a real influencer, Lamau. Go for it, my dude. You enter the closet tentatively. As soon as you're out of sight, your ego deflates like a balloon. You don't know the first thing about the hip alien fashion of today. This is going to be an absolute clown show, you reckon. You are fully prepared to make another fool of yourself. Well, might as well get started. You pick a few accessories off of the shelves at random. A bright pink hat? Sure. You'll tilt it gently to the side. You're pretty sure that's cool? Sunglasses? Definitely, that's a no-brainer. No cool guy would be caught dead without a sweet pair of shades. You select the most ostentatious pair available. You think you're getting the hang of this moisture wave aesthetic? You just have to look like the biggest tool possible. Several accessories later. I like this one better, honestly. It's not like cool, like super cool, but like looks better. Oh, my freak. That stuff is transcendent. Wow, you got me speechless. Just damn. Look at you. It's like you're a whole new guy. A much chiller and cooler guy who I now gotta be friends with right now immediately. Now all we gotta do is debut you to my hundreds and thousands of followers somehow. This is gonna be great. Let's take some selfies. Your heart is soaring. You did it. You really did it. You're done with the kids. And now Sirava wants you to take the coveted selfies with you. This night couldn't be going any better. You may look like a complete asshole, but if it can win you popularity with a bunch of alien teenagers, then an asshole you will be. Selling out is amazing. Well, what are you waiting for? Get over here, we're gonna take some face. You pose with Zeraba for several selfies. They put their arm around you in a gesture of newly formed friendship. You're beaming with friendship pride. With friend pride. Oh hell yeah. These are turning out great. Damn. I'm killing it. Now all I gotta do is pose them. Zeraba fiddles around with her phone for a while. You're so nervous. You've never been internet famous before. You hope the new fame won't change you too much. Or maybe you do hope it will change you? Change you into someone with a ton of friends. And the likes are rolling in. Oh yes, I live for this stuff. This one guy is asking if you want any of your quadrants filled. What? And this girl loves your shades. Damn, a lot of people asking if you're single. I'm out. Don't go for it though. My followers are freaking freaks, dude. You aren't quite sure what filling a quadrant is. Sounds like some kind of freaked up alien ritual. But if it's anything like friendship, you're all for it. I don't think that's it, my dude. Welcome to my twisted internet fame, Lamau. Let's chill out and listen to some beats. You babe? I got a pretty juicy ring downstairs. I don't. Before you know it, you're sitting on Sirava's couch, watching them finagle with a horrifyingly elaborate babe rig that appears to be made out of some sort of living larvae. You don't want to know. Sirava places her mouth on what surely must be a bug. Ew. What? You take the yeah, no, you suddenly realize that you're not quite sure if this alien babe juice is compatible with your anatomy. You could have just inhaled a poison like a freaking idiot. What a way to die. Your vision swims. Yeah, you got it. Just hold it in. You sure are glad you have on your pair of cool shades, or you would never be able to live this embarrassment down. You're not sure how long you're supposed to do this, as long as it takes. You can exhale now. Ew, you lived. Haha. Oh man, that was sick. Oh no. Your head feels light and woozy, and you giggle. Haha. Yeah, the two of you kick back and relax on the couch, and you stare up at the ceiling. Whoa, when did that huge wasp nest get there? Haha. Crazy, man. Sarah's music suddenly sounds a lot more interesting. Dude, today has been way chiller than I ever expected, Lamau. You're officially my best friend for life. Just promise me you'll never betray me, Lamau. You promise. This is incredible. You love your new friend. You watch as they effortlessly take another huge trip from their babe rig. I've been burned in the past, Lamau. It's not easy being popular online, especially as a low blood. I used to be such a freaking big shot. Got into sassy fights with high bloods and on Chitter. Always had some stuff to say, Lamau. Then stuff got out of control. I'm a psionic, so people started reporting me as a way more powerful than I really am, Lamau. Trying to get me all enslaved and stuff so I couldn't keep up with my streams. It's all jealousy, you know? My dumb friends all turned on me so they wouldn't be targeted next. So I took matters into my own hands. Got shot my own freaking eye. It was... Oh god, the things they do for content. Can't use me as a baddie. I still got a big following, but I don't really talk online anymore. Birds just stay under the radar to not piss people off. Just be chill. And if I don't get close to my followers, they can try to use me. Cause that just means I no longer have any friends. Well, until you. You truly are moved. What a special bond you have formed with your new friend. To have them open up to you about their darkest secrets. This is the most significant and transcendent moment you have ever experienced. The two of you share a beautiful and tender bro embrace, the likes of which will never be replicated in this known universe again. For all time. Forever. Probably. You don't really know. You're high as freak right now. Okay. Friendship. Question mark? This one has been the chillest, surprisingly, so I'll take it. Question mark? Putting one foot in front of the other, you continue on through this strange alien world. Just when you think stuff is beginning to make sense, it all slips through your fingers and becomes even stranger and more alien. There does, however, seem to be one thing that remains constant through all the planets and walks of life. That thing is friendship. You are on the prowl for war. It would have perhaps been wise to stay with one of your wonderful new friends until you are fully healed. But as Martha Stewart said, visitors, like fish, begin to smell after 3 days. You are almost positive Martha Stewart said that. Nevertheless, you soldier on in your endless quest for companionship. Where will your travels take you next? Oh god, I don't know. Let's go with this one. As dawn approaches, you find yourself heading out of the big city and into the rustic outskirts. Man, the sun sure is bright on this planet. It's rising over the crest of the distant hills. A huge fiery ball. The later it gets, the bigger and bigger it grows. Way bigger than you've ever seen the sun on Earth. What's that smell? Could it be your flesh beginning to sizzle? Fantastic! You love the country. No wonder the nightlife seems so active on Alternia. They are all nocturnal to avoid brutal daily roasting. You reach into your pocket for your cool new shades, but you appear to have left them at your friend's house. Damn. You gotta get yourself together. The recent physical trauma and extensive blood loss has you a little fussy. You weren't built for this wilderness survival stuff. You're starting to wish you'd just stolen a freaking Lamborghini or something instead of a spaceship. Oh, so we stole a spaceship and then crash landed here. Huh. This seriously isn't looking good. The city is too far away for you to turn back, so you have no choice but to keep walking. Maybe you can find a cave or hole in the ground? Maybe you can just cover yourself with grass? You wish that someone had mentioned the death sun in between offering you alien meat products and calling you their muse. Off to your left in the distance, you catch sight of what might be the shimmer of sunlight on glass. A window? A solar panel? You could seriously clean up with renewable energy on this planet. Should you change your trajectory and go toward the shimmer? It might just be a mirage. Okay, let's save. Go towards the shimmer. You turn your aching, stinging meat sack toward the distant promising sparkle of safety and succor. You focus on just staying upright, one step at a time. Just keep swimming or whatever. God, the sun though. You need SPF 5 million for this nonsense. But then, almost like it has picked itself up to come scuttling to meet you, you suddenly find yourself in front of a long, low structure. You let out a yelp of anguish, pounding on the door. At least you hope it's a door. What in the world? The door opens and you fall inside with one of the most pathetic whimpers of your career. Blessed darkness closes in on you. From right beside you comes a snuffling yip, like some joker is making fun of your dire situation. Something warm and wet lights up your stinging cheek. Hold on, lady. Give him some room. A pair of hands help you sit up gently. Your eyes haven't adjusted enough to make out more than a couple shapes, one upright and one lower to the ground. What are you doing out there? Can you stand? Strong arms pull you to your feet. You wonder if everyone on this planet is strong, or if you are just extremely flimsy. They guide you to a chair at the end of the long table. Stutteringly, you begin to explain yourself, that you are injured, exhausted traveler who is ravenous for pals. Well, bless your heart. But hold on a tick. Dinner's about to burn. Now that your rescuer mentions it, you do smell something. It smells amazing. Funny you should just blundering here like that. I was just saying, wasn't I, lady? It's been so long since we had any sort of guests who weren't imperial drones or out to rob us. You rub at your watering, slowly clearing eyes, and when you look back up, your rescuer finally comes into focus. She's tall. Taller than anyone else you've met here, you think. Also, maybe a little older? Not that you're an expert in troll fight physiology. She just has an air of knowledgeable competence. She's wearing a fringed jacket and holding up a plate. There you go. Your oculars feeling any better? By the by, my name is Skyla. Pleasure to meet you. And this here's lady. Whoa. She looks down she looks down, and at first you think she means the table, but then you look under the table at the giant monster dog looking up at you. She jolts so hard you almost fly backwards out of your freaking chair. Well there, no need for theatrics. It looks like one of those lazy dogs with the pointed noses, except enormous and pure white. It barks practically shake the whole house. Hey there, lady. No need to be rude. They clearly had one hell of a time and they don't look dangerous. Just really peculiar. Besides, if they try anything, you and me can take them. Skyla puts her hands on her hips, staring you down with thunderous yellow eyes. Right? No funny business, you hear? You swallow a nut, trying to look unthreatening and obliging. Ready for anything. For instance, friendship. You are so ready for that. Skyla sets down the plate she's holding. Here, have a crab cake. There's plenty. That sounds gross as hell, but what's sitting on the plate looks and smells exactly like a normal pancake. Golden brown and crispy at the edges. There's boiled triplet too, if you like. Also churned dairy product. She puts down a carve of syrup and a dish of butter. Man, everything here has really weird names. Skyla pours out a cup of some very familiar smelling liquid. Brown bean juice, you guess. Skyla raises an eyebrow. No. That's just coffee. She sits down next to you. You're lucky you were only out in the light at dawn. Nobody wants to be out in direct alternian sunlight besides jade bloods. And no offense, but you certainly ain't any jade blood that I've ever seen. At first I thought you were some sort of mutated Lussus cause you don't have horns and you were grunting and yipping it up a storm back there. But you're an alien, right? Don't worry. I won't call it drones. I best get used to being around aliens anyway. Seeing as I'm gonna be seeing a whole mess of y'all come next sweep. She laughs nervously. You aren't sure what she's talking about. Do you even need to specify that anymore? It's just natural law at this point. Gravity, the conservation of energy, and you don't know what the frick is going on. Lady, would you mind drawing a bath for a guest? No offense, but you smell like you could use one. You can't argue with that. You overheard her cautious smile. God, she seems so nice and caring, but you've been burned before, and caught, and generally kicked around by fate. It's a tough world out there, but you want to trust Skyla. Lady takes a bucket of her muscle and runs out into the yard, getting up on her hind legs and batting at the door latch to open it. It's adorable. The sun is high enough now that the whole landscape outside is washed in white. Oh god, the dog! Oh, it's sweet of you to worry. Lucia are fine going outside for a little while in the daylight. Their coats reflect light or something to that effect. I don't really know how it works. I ain't exactly known for my scientific what? Acumen. You tell her that she seems pretty smart for where you're sending. As cynical as you are becoming, you just can't help trying to be her friend. She's so nice and, wow, really pretty. Not that that's a requirement for friendship, but your Chinas would have to be way more scalded than they are not to notice that. That's nice of you to say. But it wouldn't even really matter if I was a bona fide genius. Someone of my case could never hope to rise up in the ranks. Best I can hope for is hauling crates on some cargo vessel. Ranks? Cargo vessel. You swallow your bite of grub cake, ready to ask her if she's thinking about joining the military, but just then a swell of noise erupts from outside the house. Shouts, crashes, and lady frantic barks. Skyla gasps and launches herself out of a chair, knocking over the carafe of syrup. It oozes across the tabletop in a sticky wave. Oh no! Not now! What the heck is going on? Bandits! Goddamn Lucius thieves! You don't get a chance to ask anything else before Skyla careens towards the door, throwing up an arm as blazing white light pours in. Oh gosh, she's going to go outside and burn up. She isn't thinking straight. You gotta do something. Help her. What the heck? You've already experienced the Alternian sun. It sucked a whole lot. Maybe now it will suck less. Because of how bad it sucked then. Just a sliding scale of suckage. Skyla plunges out into the daylight in the direction of the commotion, and like a big dumbass you barrel on into the blazing hellscape after her. Surprise, it still sucks. You've had sunburns before, but this is ridiculous. This is a freaking monster of a gas giant pointing and laughing at the tiny speck of humanity you represent, trembling before the void. It's a pure assault on all your senses. The light is almost as bad as the heat, and you put up your arms to block the glare, following the dust Skyla kicks up behind her. You doubt your eyes will actually ever adjust to this freakery, but you can see a little better than before. There are about a dozen of them trolls, all wearing dark padded outfits that cover their faces. They look halfway between hazmat suits and SWAT uniforms. All of them have big flake-looking guns that probably aren't fake. In fact, one of them shoots a laser at your face. You duck and it leaves a blazing heat trail across your cheek. But as all of you is currently burning, it doesn't really break your stride. Skyla throws herself into the fray, letting out a war cry, accompanied by the sound of a fist hitting flesh. It's 12 against 2, which, if you remember your fractions right, is not unlike 6 against 1. What? But these guys had probably not been expecting a frontal assault, and they had definitely not been expecting a Skyla, who is frankly freaking terrifying. She shoves 3 trolls down like dominoes, grabbing up a discarded gun and shooting all 3 while they're on the ground. You have never been in a fight before, a freaking all-out brawl. It's scary, but now that you're in the thick of it, also kind of awesome? Sure, your skin is burning and you could be killed at any moment, but that's just how it goes on this planet. You just gotta get into the swing of things, take no prisoners, kill or be killed, hell yeah. You pop one of the bandit trolls in the face. Freak, that probably hurt your fist more than it hurt the troll, but it does throw them off balance for long enough for Skyla to smash the butt of her gun into the side of their head. Yeehaw! Hell yeah! She gives you a wild grin. The two of you are beaming at each other while a hostile alien sun tries to boil away the liquid from your eyeballs, and a bunch of bandits try to dognap a giant monster. You love this girl. In a friendship way. But still, you love her. You make an awesome team. Another troll comes up behind Skyla and she smashes an elbow up into their throat, grabbing them by the front of their uniform and suplexing them onto the dusty ground. She wails on them with her bare hands. God, she's really hot. Get, lady! Oh, right. Oh! No, wait. Oh, right. You stumble over to where the Lossus is thrashing inside a big black net. You don't have any way to cut her free, but she's already doing great on her own, biting through the fibers with her big sharp teeth. You hold the net still for her to finish the job, then pull it off her so she can join the fray. It's over fast after that. How did they even get Lady into the net in the first place? She's so giant and quick, grabbing trolls in her jaws and shaking them like chew toys. A boom. The remaining 5 who are still standing jump into their weird little dune buggies, and make tracks. Emphasis on the bug. They look like scuttling little beetles. Skyla chases after them for a few hundred yards, throwing the gun after them and shouting obscenities. And stay away, you hear? Tell the rest of them why don't you ever mess with a rusty ranch. She stands silhouetted against the blazing sun, the dust trails vanishing into the distance. You're awash in heady victory, giggling like a lunatic, before the adrenaline kind of drains out of you all at once. You are violently reminded of your freaked up ribs and recent blood loss. The Alternian sun beats down, and your arms are already covered in raised patches of red skin. This is sunburn turned up to 11. Whoa there, are you okay? Skyla is swaying too. A spray of olive green blood covers her cheek. At least the rainbow blood on this planet means you can be sure it isn't hers. But she still looks rough. Kind of how you feel. Lady, come here, girl. Wow, you're gonna sit down. Maybe just take a little break. The pale landscape swoops, going even paler. No, you can't rest here. You'll die, dumbass. I'm not letting anything happen to my new best friend. Get up. New best friend? Holy cow, that makes you so happy. You absolutely can't die here, not when you just made such an amazing friend. Somehow, the two of you managed to drag each other across the yard and toward the house. Hype. You're gonna get this lingo down if it kills you. Whenever you feel yourself about to fall forward, you lean on Skyla. When you start to fall back, Lady is there to brace herself against the back of your knees. She's such a good losses. You wonder if she'll be your friend too. Her muscle is dripping with a soup of multicolored alien blood. When you can get back into the darkness of the hive, you can't see shit. Dang, your species really ain't suited for this kind of environment, huh? You can't even see in the dark. In demonstration, you walk right into the table. You've about had it with the tables. You are sworn enemies at this point. Please unlock my nutrition platform. I built it myself. She sounds exhausted but giddy. Dang, you really did that thing, didn't you? You kind of want to go in for the hug, but that sunburn is really something. It feels like tiny needles piercing your arms and cheeks. The back of your neck is a colony of fire ants. Oh yeah. Feels real bad, doesn't it? Come on, there's only one cure for sun rash. Skyla takes your hand. Gosh, this is next level friendship stuff. Hand holding. Oh my god. She leads you through her hive, and who knows if you are ever going to get all of your vision back. Maybe you're just blind for life. You'll have to get a cane and a whimsical aesthetic and learn to navigate the world by smell alone. No, that would be stupid. Here you go. My coop isn't huge, but you've kind of scrawny. What are you waiting for? Take your clothes off. Man, the sun must have really freaked more than just your eyes, because you could have sworn Skyla just told you to take your clothes off. You're seriously not getting into my recuperacoon in those filthy rags. I'm not even sure that those clothes weren't supposed to be originally. Yeah, you weren't so sure about your look either. Another new friend of yours told you it was rad, but you were both a little high at the time. You might be a little high right now. You wonder if sunstroke causes auditory hallucinations. Also, you don't know what a recuperacoon is. Really? Then what the heck do you sleep in on your planet? You hear rustling, followed by the sound of clothes hitting the floor, and then a weird... What? You tell Skyla that in your experience things can always get worse, essentially from her perspective right now. Especially from her perspective right now, since she's about to see you naked. Nothing like a little self-deprecating humor as an A+ cover for crippling insecurity. Skyla laughs. Come on now. I'm sure you're a perfectly healthy example of your species. Just get in already. I promise this isn't any sort of pale solicitation. Or flush for that matter. I know it's awkward, but I only got the one coop. Okay. It's an unawkward way. In a friend way. Oh! Ah, I see. Okay. I thought it was gonna get weirder, and we got a good ending right from the start? So I guess we need to... Yeah, we got the good ending in one go, so I guess we need to do this. Honestly, you could probably see this one coming. Oh. That was fast. And... Yes. Oh. Oh, shoot. No, that's not what I... Dang it. Okay. Let's just... Speedrun this. She's the nicest one so far. So I guess not everyone is bad out here. It's just this guy's bad luck, I guess. The bandits, and then stop her. Skyla is bigger than you, and she has the strength of both desperation and a superior genome, so you don't feel great about your chances. But you have to try. Skyla's too upset to be careful. You have to stop her from hurting herself. You stumbled into her house, all gross and pathetic, and an alien, and she didn't turn you away. She gave you pancakes, for Christ's sake. Crab cakes, whatever. And it isn't just the sum from the number of voices. There's got to be 20 people out there. She doesn't stand a chance. You run up behind her and hook your arms under hers, holding her back by the armpits. She struggles, jabbing her elbow into your aching ribs. Let me go! You don't understand. They'll take her. Lady! You hold grimly on, going limp and using gravity and your own dead weight to pull her down to the floor. Through wheezing breaths, you tell her she can't go out there. Didn't she just tell you that you never have survived if it had been later than down? You probably aren't making much sense, but you keep up a stream of wordless bullshit until something catches. Would your losses really want this for you, Skyla? Would Lady really want you to sacrifice yourself for her? Skyla goes rigid, and then all the fight just drains out of her like blood down the drain. She sags back into your arms. The two of you watch the lady trashing in a huge black net as several of the heroes haul her away. The sun is too bright to see them clearly, but they appear to be herding more white creatures out of a paddock and into a collection of vehicles. Her... She says it so quietly you feel it more than hear it. You continue to watch as Lady is packed into one of the vehicles and they drive away, kicking up clouds of dust that glimmer in the brutal sun. You can let me go now. I'm not going to throw myself into the daylight like a romance novel heroine. You realize just how tight you're holding onto her and loosen up your arms, pulling away and sitting up. Skyla's cheeks are wet with tears, but she quickly shakes her hair into her face to hide it. That makes your heart hurt. You want to tell her that everything is going to be okay, but you make it a point not to lie to your friends. You have absolutely no idea how it's going to be. Oi. And before you can say anything at all, she gets up and disappears through a door and further into the house. You decide to mind your own business. Well, you try the door, but it's locked. But best to keep occupied and do what you can for her. First, you shut the door to keep that sweltering heat and blinding light out. Then, you tidy up the kitchen a little. Everything here is oddly textured and colored. The shapes seem usually organic. Some of it is worryingly cuddly and alive. You do your best. You mop up the syrup and straighten the chairs. You're just trying to figure out how to get the sink to spit out some water onto the dirty dishes. When Skyla comes back out, her eyes are dry and her hair is combed back out of her face. Don't worry about that. You're gonna break something. She plays with one of her beaded bracelets with nervous little fidgets on her fingers. I could have taken those files on myself, especially not in broad daylight. I want to thank you for stepping in and stopping me. I was overwrought. You're not accepting her thanks. She doesn't seem overwrought anymore. Just numb. Wow, this is actually a legitimate terrible situation. Not even in a dumb sandy way like all the other stuff that has happened to you recently. You wonder who those guys even were. Lesser thieves. They've come before, but always at night and never in such large numbers. Soleil and Miko always take them. I never expected anything like this. For them to come out in force like this in the middle of the day. She sits down at a table, putting her elbow in the patch of syrup you missed. You overheard the dishcloth, and noticed several little discolored patches on her arm. It looks like she got burned just from having her arm out the door for like a minute and a half. You're really glad you didn't let her go out there. You've endured a lot of heinous shit on your short span on this planet. Injuries and lots of added insults to those injuries. But the time you spent with Skyla waiting for the sun to go down is some of the worst and most hopeless. You don't know what to say to help her. You aren't actually her friend. You aren't even the same species. The Troll-Losses relationship is a little confusing, but they seem to be some combination of caretaker and pet, more symbiotic than parent and child. Finally, it gets late enough to venture outside, and you follow Skyla out to the empty paddock. There's nothing out here but a broken fence and a trampled ground. Lots of kids lost their lassie. It's just a part of life. I would have been heading into the ordeals next week anyway. I would never have seen her again. But at least I would have gotten the chance to say goodbye, you know? It's kind of a bummer how resigned everyone on this planet seems to terrible things happening. Then again, you guess that's sort of true on your planet too. Existence. Just a goddamn mess. You try to give her the most understanding look you can, just a really good and supportive friend face. You're killing it. But Skyla isn't paying attention to your glowing facade. She's reaching into her jacket and pulling out her phone. What the heck? My palm's huck is blowing up. Oh god. Skyla drops her phone in the dirt and claps a hand over her mouth. Her eyes sparkle with tears. You pick it up. It's kind of squishy and squirms in your hand a little, which you don't love. You also don't love what's on the screen. It's a troll in a mask, holding a gun on a lady who is still on that net, baring her teeth. The gun looks fake, kind of like a Nerf gun. You bet it's not a Nerf gun. The photo is accompanied by more of that spiky text that you can't read. Hey, how can you understand the alternate spoken language but not the written? You decide not to think about it too hard. Waste of time. They sent a ransom demand. They say that if I can't pay, they'll sell her. Troll-Lassie are valued for their strength all over the galaxy. Their heiress knows about the black market, but she doesn't do anything about it. She just takes a cut. You ask her how much of the ransom demand is for, as if you have a penny to your name. She tells you a number that sounds stupidly large, even without knowing the exchange rate to Earth money. They're just mocking me. They know everyone's blood can't afford this. They just want to force me to fail her one more time. Her voice breaks on a sob. You reach over and put your hand on her arm. She looks at you with big watery eyes, and you brace for her to fall into your arms, sobbing. You're actually kind of hoping for it. Not that you're the type to want to profit off another's pain, but you're pretty sure that offering comfort in a time of crisis is a first-class ticket to Friendsville. Instead, Skyla gives you a hard shove backward. You take 2 stumbling steps and fall on your ass. Something squishes underneath you. A cowpat or something alive? You aren't sure which you'd prefer, honestly. Sorry. I didn't actually push you that hard. Your speech just seems pretty flimsy. I don't want sympathy right now. Especially not from you. She stands framed between the 2 moons, some trick of perspective making her look just as distant. And just as sad. Not that moons are inherently sad. Whatever, that's not the issue right now. Has Skyla been lying to you before when she said she doesn't blame you? She'd even thank you for stopping her from killing herself. Nah, I don't blame you. I just can't stand the sight of you. Looking at you just reminds me of losing Lady, and I don't think that'll ever change. Sorry. I really was hoping we could be friends. It's been a really long time since I've seen anybody out here that goes on 2 legs instead of 4. But I just don't think it's gonna work out. If you start walking now, you can probably make it to the city before sunrise. Or there's a jade blood colony nearby if you want to inflict your personal brand of assistance on them. Bye. You leave with your proverbial tail between your legs, and the last glimpse you get of Skyla, she's standing next to an empty paddock, staring at the ground. Yeah, that was sad. Man. Okay. My throat is a little bit dry and I don't have any water with me. Okay, we've done 2 in less than an hour, so let's start the 3rd one, and maybe we can actually do all of volume 4 in less than 2 hours? Question mark? Putting one foot in front of the other, you continue. Oh, yeah. Okay. Bronya or Sama? You've been traveling through a cave network for a while now. The rigid stone is a welcome respite from the early organic infrastructure you've been encountering, but it is also proving an unwelcome respite from friend making. Maybe it was too much to hope for, that this cavern would be home to another potential new body. Maybe leaving the big city behind was a horrible mistake. Just maybe, these dark cold tunnels are completely devoid of... Hang on, there's... Devoid of... Oh, hang on there, there's a bunch of buildings in the distance. Hell? I thought you were one of my girls, but you don't look like a jade blood or anything else, actually. How strange. You convey your usual spiel regarding your circumstances. You are lost and lonely, and your ribs are still broken, you think? Honestly, the ribs are fine. You could just use another friend or two. I see. My first responsibility is to my jades and the mother grub, so I can't take any more promises of friendship just yet. But you do look like you need someone to take care of you. Here in the brooding caverns, we follow simple rules. Don't invite drama from up top down below. Protect the mother grub. We have no hierarchy, but do what I say. Let's do everything we can to keep our current records of dozens of sleeps without any jades being cold. You're not sure what half of those words mean, but you know your head. Good. I'll take you to our hive. Follow me. You follow her into the hive, which looks like a school or some kind of dormitory with multiple rooms and multiple floors. Usually more of my jades are around. I suppose that everyone is out watching the Imperial drones arrive with the filial pails. Girls, we have a visitor to our caverns. 1. Do not be alarmed by the bizarre appearance. They seem to be harmless and quite weak. 2. Do not give them more injuries than they already have. Our visitor deserves a warm jade blood welcome. She claps her hands. No one else is around, but you stand to attention and give her the thumbs up to show that you read her loud and clear. You notice that she called you visitor and not friend, but that's okay. You can do whatever it takes until you're upgraded from visitor to friend, or at least charity case. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong one. You follow her upstairs and she stops at a big room on the second floor. When you step into it, you have to clap your hand over your mouth to keep from gagging at the revolting sight. There are big baby-sized larvae-looking things all over the floor, screaming around and crying and inchworming out of the kiddie pools of green slime. What the heck? This is our nursery. Most of these wigglers are sick or injured, so we look after them in here until they're well enough to go back to the caverns and spin their cocoons. She looks shifty all of a sudden, giving you some side-eye like she's sizing you up. You try to look very non-threatening and also 100% trustworthy. We keep this nursery on the down low. It's not against any laws, but it's something of a break with tradition to save any of the grubs instead of just letting them die. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure why we do it. I guess it just feels right for me to take care of them, the way I take care of my jades. A nursery, huh? You look around again with this new information. You guess you can sort of see how the wigglers look like babies. You can't believe that one of these things could grow up into anything that looks like Bronya, but this is an alien planet, so who knows. She takes you over to a shelf that seems to hold medical supplies. You're not sure what can be done for your broken ribs, but maybe she has some kind of alien technology that can help. But when she starts going through the cabinet, you don't see anything that looks high-tech like the thing that fixed your arm. I guess that most of what we have is stuff for the wigglers, and I'm not familiar enough with your bizarre anatomy to know if it will help. But if you're not completely sure how to do something, it's best to try anyway. 1. Even if you fail, everyone else can still learn from your mistake. 2. Maybe you won't fail, you never know. You're not sure about applying these ethos to your broken ribs, but she looks so determined, it might be rude to say no. Yes. Go for it. Okay, come here. Leave your shirt so I can get to your injured what? Yes, like that. Turn the part that's all bloody and horrifying towards me. Ointment? It's a shade of bright green similar to the slime beds you see around the nursery, and it also seems to be glowing. Seems like there's nothing wrong about applying it to your skin. But despite your optimism, the second Bronya rubs some of it on your broken skin, you feel a searing hot pain like you just got dosed with poison. You flinch back instinctively. Your momentum carries you too far, and as you step back, you trip onto something behind your feet. You cartwheel your arms, but it's no use. You're going down. You're yelling timber. Guys, give me a second. There. Sorry. Where was I? Uh-oh. I think he just killed one of the things. It's squished flat and you're covered in olive fluid that you think it might be its blood. You might want to run before I throw you out of this window and break the rest of your bones. Sure. Sorry guys, my dog was he really wanted to play, but I took him out because he was barking. Making a lot of noise. Sorry about the sudden stop. So we got a bad ending. Let's load. And thanks, but no thanks. I'll heal my own just fine. Oh well, if you're sure. I'm worried about you though. You seem like you need help and I wish I could help you more. If I can't take care of someone, I'm not sure how we can ever truly be friends. You try to cheer up, pointing out that friendship is a two-way street after all. She doesn't have to concern herself with your mutilated frame. How can you help her instead? Well, sure, there are things around here that I could use some assistance with. Hello, PL2N. What happened with your story game? Which story game? Yeah. However, don't take this the wrong way, but we've only just met. I don't know what I can trust you to be as responsible as I am. It's not easy to be the one in charge. You have to be 1. Conscientious, 2. Considerate, and 3. Competent at all times. You try to think of times in your life when you've been conscientious, considerate, and competent. You're drawing a bit of a blank, but hey, new planet, new you. You assure her that you have what it takes. I guess if you want to prove that you can be responsible, I can let you help me out today. It's a good time for a visit to the Mother Crab. You're careful to step around all the little guys on the floor as you head out of the nursery. She takes you back outside, and these caverns are even bigger than you first realized. They're also dark and cold and gloomy, and you can't see anywhere that might lead up to the planet's surface. Does she really just live down here all the time? To make some conversation during this cold hike in a damn cave, you mentioned that living underground like this seems kind of depressing. You realize too late that this wasn't very tactful, but she doesn't get angry at your conversational gambit of insulting her home. Oh no, it's very peaceful down here. Well, in comparison to anywhere else. I quite enjoy it. The brooding caverns are a place for life and birth, not death. That's pretty uncommon on Alternia. You're still not sure what she means by brooding caverns, but you guess it has something to do with the wigglers in their nursery. Before you can ask, you reach the top of a ridge and get a new, wider view of the rest of this cavern. It's enormous, probably the size of a small city. All over the cave floor, you see more wigglers crawling everywhere. Cocoons line the cave walls, and the larger stalactites with some young trolls crawling out of them. Walking, flying, and crawling among the wigglers, and young trolls are a variety of white monsters of all kinds and shapes and sizes. In the center of the cavern there is... you don't even know how to describe it. It looks like a huge many-legged queen bug of some kind with a goat-shaped skull and horns coming out of her head. Her bulbous sphincter ripples as she lays a continuous stream of okay. And marching through all this, you see several hulking bipedal creatures, each carrying 2 buckets either to or away from the mother grub. They looked armed and they moved like regimented troops, soldiers of some kind. You are instinctively terrified of them. This is where the magic happens, and by that I mean the continuation of our species. Jade-bloods like myself are entrusted with looking after this process, which is of course a very special job. 1. The Imperial drones carry filial pails of genetic material to the mother grub for her slurry. 2. She lays eggs that hatch new grub broods. 3. After the wigglers emerge from their cocoons, the new trolls will go through the trials, and the ones that make it will be selected by Alessis to help care of them. Together, the young trolls and their lassie go up to the surface together, where trolls will grow up or get cold or whatever. Okay. The drum continues on, but several of the lassie cry out, crowding around their dead or injured charges. Oh. One of them, a gigantic beast that resembles a bison, bellows and rears up on its hind legs, hitting one of the other lassie with its front hoof. Oh jeez, not again. This kind of damage control is a lot of what we have to deal with. Whenever Alessis goes rogue or out of grief or confusion, there's the potential for it to lash out at other lassie, the wigglers, or the mother grub herself. We Jade-bloods cannot let that happen. She looks so concerned, a marked contrast to how confident she seemed before now. You offered to help her out earlier, and it seems like now's your chance. Some has to stop that rogue Alessis, and that someone could be you? Oh god. Can you slow down a bit? Not really. I mean, we want to get us through many of these as possible, so... we'll see. Fight the monster, save it this day, you've got this. I don't know, let's try this one. The bison lassie seems to be causing quite a ruckus. Other lassie have now gotten riled up too, with some of them trying to gather wigglers to keep them out of harm's way, and others just getting hyped to trash. It seems like it could turn into a monster stampede, and they're close to the mother grub's big, soft, vulnerable abdomen. Not great. Fighting a monster single-headed seems like a daunting first step in a friendship, but you did tell her you could be responsible. You square your shoulders and tell Brianna that she has nothing to worry about. You're going to stop that Lasses, calm down all the other lassie, and protect the mother grub, all without breaking a sweat and hopefully without breaking any more bones either. Well, there I was going to suggest that I go after it while you stay here. You seem kind of weak and fragile, even apart from your injuries, I mean. I don't want you to get hurt worse, and I'm not sure I trust anyone other than myself to take the lead on this. That wasn't quite the reaction you were hoping for. Normally you would be all about sitting back and letting her protect you, because, well, protective and responsible is a good look on her. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and you don't know how else you're going to prove yourself worthy to be her friend. I mean, she did say that in order to be friends, she needed to take care of people? So maybe it's best to just let her. You do your best to project in her confidence, or at least competence. You assure her that this is no sweat for you. You take down raging bison back on your home planet all the time. You're not for it, actually. Well, if you say that this isn't your first ungulate roping gallop exhibition, I'll believe you. I'll hang back to let you give it a shot. But if it gets too overwhelming in there, I'm right here. 1. Caring for the mother grub is my responsibility as Jade-blood. 2. I'd never abandon a friend to deal with a mess on their own, if we end up being friends, that is. Oh hell yes, now you have a reason to hope. I think we're gonna get trampled. You approach the rampaging bison with caution. Do all bison have horns like that? Maybe they do. You're no bison expert, but you're pretty sure they don't all have teeth that nasty. Bison on Earth mostly eat grass, don't they? This guy doesn't look like a herbivore. At first, you try to calm the losses down by talking to it, but your shooting words have no effect. In fact, you might have just made it even angrier by suggesting that it pause and take some deep breaths in reaction to its trample charge. You're not even sure it can understand human speech, come to think of it. You circle around it, wishing that you had some kind of lasso or something. Maybe you can herd it away from the mother grub. You look down to see if any of these other lassie look vaguely like our shepherd dogs. But no dice. You hesitate too long and the lassie turns away, its furious eyes falling on the mother grub. It stamps its hooves, snorts air out of its nostrils, and screams in a way that sounds a lot more hellish than you imagine normal bison are capable of. It's obviously about to charge, and you can only think of one thing to do. Oh no. In desperation, you leap forward and tackle it football style, doing everything you can with your flimsy human body to drag it onto its side. It half works. You blow into the lasses and stop it in its tracks, but it topples over onto a nest of wigglers, taking you down with it. Wigglers are young trolls go bouncing everywhere, squealing in distress, and their lassie descend upon you in a rage. Everything is chaos for a while. You're trapped beneath the bison lasses, which is very worrying for all your body parts, and you think you might feel something important rupturing inside you. But hey, on the bright side, this crushing mass is protecting you from all the other pissed off lassie trying to attack you. Just as your whole breathing situation is starting to get dicey, you hear a commotion and what sounds possibly the trouncing of some of the smaller lassie that were trying to get to you. The crowd of beasts around you scatters, and then you hear her. Up. Ugh, I'm having a hard time getting this thing off of you, and he's still very angry. He keeps trying to kick me. Where's a bronze slot when you need one? You don't know what that means, but you're very grateful that she's here to help you. You try to communicate this, but it comes out garbled from all the blood in your mouth. Maybe don't try to speak, or move, or help. You experience a sinking feeling that could be related to your diminishing odds of impressing Bronya and becoming her friend, or it could be the compression of all your internal organs. Either way, it's tough to feel optimistic right now. But before you can give in to complete despair, you hear other voices. Your view is blocked by the mass of bison flesh on top of you, but could it be? Are these other people here to save you? Finally, I was wondering where you all had gotten off to. Let's all work together, girls. 1. You two grab his horns to keep the head still and keep it from biting anyone. 2. The rest of you, come around with me to its backside so we can push it without getting kicked. You hear some grunting and muttering, and the bison starts making noises that sound more confused and less furious. The pressure and pain on your chest briefly spike in intensity as the thing's weight shifts, and then they must succeed in dragging it off of you because suddenly you can breathe again. But the crisis is not over yet. While you're still testing the use of your lungs and blinking up at the cavern ceiling, you hear a new cacophony of enraged monster noises. Uh-oh, the other lassie looks agitated. Get down there and try to calm them down. Protect the mother grub. You try to lift yourself to see what's going on, but putting any weight on your arms makes you feel like maybe all your bones got turned to confetti. Painful. Painful confetti. You feel strong hands propping you up gently, and now your head is in Bronya's lap. You try to focus more on how this is a nice place for your head to be and less on the pain. This is not good. I don't know if my jades can reach the stampede in time, and the mother grub could get injured. Not to mention all these wigglers in danger. Oh no. You didn't think the situation could get any worse, but now you see that several of the Imperial drones that have been about to leave the cavern are turning back, drawn by all the noise and chaos. Oh god, I can't read today. But maybe this could be a good thing? Maybe they can instill some order? Frick, they're going to kill everyone! Oh god. She scrambles to her feet, in the process letting your head walk down on the cave floor. Your vision swims, but you can still make out the drones firing indiscriminately at the lassie, at the grubs and wigglers, and at the J-Bloods. One laser beam skims the side of the mother grub's massive midsection, and her scream is so loud that the ceiling shakes and a few stalactites shake loose, falling on drones and lassie and wigglers alike. It's a total catastrophe. A whole rainbow's worth of troll. Wiggler and lassie's blood is splattering the cavern walls. Bronya seems paralyzed by the chaos, looking from her jades to the mother grub to be to the Imperial Wigglers, like she's not sure how to help first. I can't believe it. This is the worst disaster we've had on here. And all because I thought I could sit back and let someone else be responsible for once. If I were a less secure person, I could let this woman plant a seed of self-doubt in my mind about my ability to take care of others and do my job well. Or I could chalk it up to you being really freaking stupid. You shrink under the weight of her glare. She's green in the face from how angry she is. You swallow and manage to spit out enough blood to ask a question that you already know is hopeless. Does this mean you can't be friends? Are you serious right now? I do not make friends with anyone who recklessly endangers the trolls and wigglers under my care. Of course. You killed them all. Okay. Wait, no. Load. Because it's about the option. Yep. So it's this one. So be a weenie. You definitely do not like the idea of wading into a monster fight, not even to save the progenitor of your new friend's species. In fact, you don't like that Bronya is so focused on protecting all of these helpless toddlers and distressed animals instead of taking care of you. You stammer out that you don't think you can take on any kind of monster right now. In fact, just felt another stab of pain on your ribs. You might be blacking out. Blah blah blah. Bronya's concerned face turns into your direction as you start to swoon. She catches you before you hit the ground, and your heart flutters. You look up at her serious face, and she looks like such a mom, but also such a friend. Like some sort of combination of these two concepts. Yikes, you don't look so good. I can't leave you alone, not when you're in such a bad shape. Maybe I could carry you on my back while I try to stop the rampaging glasses? Your hat flutters turn into pinpricks of alarm. That sounds dangerous, mainly for you. You try to think of what you can say to dissuade her. Something other than, I think you should ignore the helpless babies and mother in danger behind you in favor of continuing to hold me in your strong arms. But before you can speak, you hear a commotion behind her. She turns to look over her shoulder, and her face sags with relief. Yes, the other shades are here. They should know what to do. We've taken care of crises like this before. Of course, usually I'm there to help. If you crane your neck, you can just glimpse a crowd of trolls corralling the rogue lasses away from the mother grub, while other trolls calm the remaining lassie and swoop up any wigglers in harm's way. It looks like I needn't have worried. They are more than capable of stepping up while I'm otherwise occupied. I'm so proud. You take this opportunity to compliment her on what a good leader she must be, to have trained the others so well. Super smooth. She beams at you and sets you down carefully on the cavern floor, kneeling at your side. This could have gone out quite badly. I'm glad I didn't make the wrong choice when I stayed to help you instead of rushing off. It just goes to show sometimes the best thing you can do for the group is take care of the weakest person in it. You kind of want to object to being called the weakest person, but you did just fake a fainting spell for attention, so maybe now isn't the best time. Instead, you thank her sincerely for sticking by your side. The two of you watch together as order is gradually restored to the chaos below, and even with your injuries, you feel close to content and quite hopeful about how this relationship is progressing. You notice that at your side, several wigglers are blindly screaming around, confused and crying. There are some young trolls here too, looking around all lost and bereft. You're not sure if their lassie ran off with the others that got involved in the fracas, or if these little guys are orphans now. Now that you're seeing them in the natural cavern light, the wigglers look less like maggots to you. In fact, they're even kind of cute. You can see why Bronya will want to take care of them. Sorry. One of the smallest wigglers closest to you has somehow flipped himself onto his back and seems unable to right himself, his little legs waving in the air while he cries. Trying to be careful with your ribs, you reach out to scoop him up and cradle him to your chest, rocking him back and forth until his cries quiet down. Wow, you have a very strong nurturing instinct. I think he likes you. You almost look like you could be his lasses, or a jade blood. You are pleased that she approves of your caretaking display. The wiggler's cough breaks through your haze of smug satisfaction, and when you look down, you realize that he seems to be having some trouble breathing. You point this out to Bronya. Good observation. You really are a natural at taking care of other creatures, aren't you? Some people find that nurturing ability to be very attractive in a potential friend. But as for the Wiggler, this is definitely not a good sign. I'm surprised none of these drones have noticed that he's sick. If we leave him here, he'll be cool for sure. Brania takes the Wiggler from you, and you're more than happy to hand him over considering that you have no idea what to do with a sick baby that's not your species. Also, your broken ribs make holding a baby kind of painful, and Brania holds the Wiggler carefully but with the perfect ease. Just like you hope she'll cradle your new friendship in its fancy. Okay, that's weird. Hey Soru! Welcome! I'm good. This is a weird game. But I'm good. Once Brania feels assured that her jades have the situation at the brooding covers under control, you both take the Wiggler back to the Jade Blood Nursery. You hover around uselessly while Brania sets up some kind of grave filled with green slime. You're a little concerned when she takes the Wiggler and submerges him under the slime because, like, he was already having trouble breathing? Surely drowning in slime will help? The super should help strengthen his bellow sacs and soothe his sorrow shoot. What? When he gets healthy again, I'll take him back to the cavern and set him free to make his cocoon and hoppate. But he's so small, it's unlikely that he'll survive the trials or be selected by Alassus. You hate to see Brania looking sad. You try to be sympathetic, mentioning your astute observation that this whole system set up with the Wigglers and their trials and the culling seems very brutal. What? Oh no, I would never suggest. This is just the way the world works. And it's fine. It's fine. The trials are how young trolls prove that they're strong enough to survive. It's only right for the weak to be cool. It's the purpose of Jade Bloods to ensure the continuation of our species, and consequently the homospectrum. 1. We are not revolutionaries. 2. We are meant to do our jobs and keep our heads down and keep things running smoothly. 3. I would never presume to question the basic tenets of alternate society. That would bring negative attention from the High Bloods, and I just want to keep my jade safe. You look around at the nursery, and all these injured and underdeveloped Wigglers that Brania was apparently supposed to let die. You think it might be true that she doesn't question the way her world works. She's looking at you like she's scared you'll call her on it and expose her altruistic tendencies. You try to salvage this conversation thread. Did you say that calling Wigglers sounded brutal? You meant neutral. Yes, you feel 100% neutral on this topic, neither committed to the calling side of things nor eager to take up arms in revolution. Ah yes, neutral is how I feel about it as well. What a good word to describe exactly how I feel about all controversial political subjects. Did I mention that keeping this nursery isn't technically illegal? Because it isn't, technically. There's no reason for any of the Tritsa's drones to come investigating our hive, and if any drones do some knocking, we have nothing to hide. No borderline revolutionary ideas will be tolerated within these walls. Brania laughs nervously and looks around the room, like she's making sure that any Imperial drones hiding in here heard her announcement. You feel bad for how nervous she is. You didn't mean to freak her out. You tell her that she sounds super convincing, and why shouldn't she? Because she's clearly telling the truth. If you were an Imperial drone, you would definitely be satisfied right now with her clearly law-abiding and neutral ways. Thank you. That means a lot. You cast about for something to change the subject, and mention that your ribs are feeling a bit better. Bronia's face brightens, and she lifts up your arm gently so she can touch the injured part of your torso, examining it in her typically responsible and authoritative way. You shiver and wonder if her touch has healing properties. I'm glad to hear that. After all, I don't like it when my friends suffer. Your heart leaps. You look up, scarcely allowing yourself to hope. Could it be? Or was she just making a general statement? If you're not in any more pain, hopefully that means your injuries will heal soon. I'll take care of you until then, my friend. You are overcome. Your eyes fill with tears. Brania smiles at you and squeezes your hand. Victory! Okay. I think that one drained me out a bit. Oh god. Hey Blooded Gaming, welcome! Should we continue? That's that thing. We just finished volume 3. So we still have 15 to go. Are we going to be in danger in this too? We've been in plenty of danger. So far the last two have been like the most chill ones. We have still been in danger, but uh these weren't like as gruesome as these, or at least to my liking. So I don't. Let's try the first one of volume 4 because I also don't want to make this a super long series. So let's see. Fresh from your most recent bout of gratuitous bodily injury and touching scenes of camaraderie. What? And touching scenes of camaraderie, you soldier on. You've had a few setbacks, made a couple of silly choices. Boy, do things just keep happening. But let nobody say that to you. The main character are incapable of growth and change. You have made sure not to be caught in the wilderness near dawn again. You have made your way back to civilization. You can't wait to discover what new adventures await you. Adventures like friendship. Oh, these don't look good. These seem like a bad time. And let's choose this one first, I guess. You wander down the street in a not too demolished looking part of town, but you don't really take much of it in. You're not looking where you're going. This is an elementary mistake, especially on a planet where everything that exists seems to be on a spectrum of engineered specifically for murder. 2 could be a weapon in a pinch. You've got a lot on your mind. And now, as a car, these guys probably have some ridiculous word for it, but you haven't learned it. You hadn't noticed slams into you, sending you flipping head over feet. You add a few new concerns to your list. Your bones and organs. Don't we already have like our ribs broken? The sound of the driver yelling, "Watch where you're going!" Lamb squirt chugger face as they drive away, and you assess your situation. You stretch each limb in turn, which you've gotta say doesn't feel great. You've landed in a bush which is covered in sharp spines. Ooh. Your arms and legs are all still work, though, and when you do an experimental cuff, no blood comes out. Pretty lucky, you think. You may have redefined what luck means by this point in your journey, but you'll take what you can get. You don't figure that luck will extend to the driver turning around to help you out of this bush. Your gazes meeting and sparking an immediate and intense connection that leads to a beautiful, lifelong friendship. But you left yourself hope. After a few minutes of struggle, the answer to your comradely daydreams comes into focus above you. A figure outlined by the spiny leaves of your plant prison and the glow of the moons. The troll you see isn't the driver of the car, but you don't care. Your heart is beating wildly with your continued lucky streak. Oh boy. Hello, you seem to have fallen victim to a collide and scamper with a scuttle buggy back there. Is that the car? Scuttle buggy? Well. Oh, so he's charging me for everything. Hello, Foxy Pie, welcome! Yo, what accent is that? You mean my accent? Have you contacted your personal... Oh no, this is a scammer. What? I don't know how to pronounce this word. Legislator? If not, I'd like to offer my services. My name is Tagora Gorjek, but please call me Gorgor. I'm here for you, for a nominal fee, of course. Oh god. He pulls a business card from his sleek teal vest and offers it to you with a precise flick of the wrist. His claw bits are perfect. You try again to sit up, buoyed by this offer for assistance. He's some type of doctor maybe? Or lawyer? It doesn't matter, really, because he said he was here for you. Those words go right ahead and burn themselves into the softest chamber of your heart. You start telling him you plied thus far, reaching up through the brambles towards... What? You start telling him your plight thus far, reaching up through the brambles towards this beacon of hope. This guy seems trustworthy, and that's not just your lack of options talking, you swear. As you shift, the moonlight shines on you. He steps back briefly, dropping the card. The one eye that's not covered by a soup of product-infused hair opens wide. He recovers, smoothing his hand down his chest and straightening it up, clearing his throat as you continue to explain. You're what? Oh yes, an alien, I know that. I've done work with aliens before, so your situation shouldn't be an issue at all. Everyone serves an equal opportunity to be represented by me. He's a scammer. In fact, we may be able to use this in our favor for a larger coach settlement. It all depends on your angle. Cachet, sorry. Here, try moving your chuck column. Is that like your neck? You aren't sure why this is necessary, but you've wiggled your torso, hoping that's right. You've never wanted anything more in your meager existence than to follow this specific directive perfectly. No, not that. You had a little hip jiggle. Not so much that he might think it's a come on, but enough to say, hey, I'm friendly and I know what the freak I'm doing. No, you're the thing that holds up your think pan. Work with me. Confusion emolument. You continue what you hope is a part of a troll friendship ritual, shimmying various parts of your anatomy deeper into the bush until you get to your neck and he clasps his hands together. There we go, that one hurt, didn't it? Definitely a case of column snap, which can get us a decently hefty restitution. Your neck feels fine, it doesn't hurt any more than the rest of you, but you give him what you hope is a convincingly painful nod of agreement. Of course, you will need to front the initial laceration cost. We may also have to injure you further to ensure your case is convincing, but you've got to break a few clock beast embryos to make a groblet, as you well know. Sure. Yes, I think we might make a mutually beneficial team, if you're willing to do what it takes to bring about the justice you deserve. So what do you say? How would you like me to help you? He's talking really fast, and you're not sure exactly what to think about your lack of funds or the idea of breaking any more bones, but that smile is sharp and shiny and pointed right at you. You want more of it. Ask him if this is gonna get us a bad ending, but I don't care. You thank him profusely for his effort to help and explain that while your situation hasn't exactly left you very rich, you'll pay him back with inglorious friendship, the most infinite of resources. You lay it on thick. He seems like a guy who can appreciate a good deal when he sees one, and you can't imagine a better deal than this. You reach both arms up, waiting for him to scoop you up out of this pain plant like the gentle baby you are. Sorry, I don't do charity. And he leaves, probably. Such a shame too. I was hoping working with an alien might make for a more interesting day than usual. He turns on his heel and walks away, his high ponytail swishing behind him. Friendship is not a currency. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This game is kind of draining for me for some reasons. I'm not being a big fan of it so far. So I know we have programmed like way later down on the month another stream of this one. So maybe we'll continue it, and like I was hoping to get all the stories, like all those 4 stories done by today, but I'm genuinely mentally drained from this. And I do want to finish it because I don't like leaving things like unfinished. So maybe we'll be a bit slow with this one. I'm not sure yet, because there are 18. So technically, well, no, wait, I want to start this one. Main menu, yes. Because I mean, I'm talking 18 volumes, but there's 2 people per volume, so technically there are 36 stories. I mean, not technically, that's how it is, but because, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 11. Yeah, like there are a total of 36, and so far we've only done 6. So we're still missing like 30. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna leave it here for today. And I'll see how we'll approach this one next time, which I think is, let me check real quick. It's gonna be until the 20th. So we have like 2 weeks to figure it out. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's I don't know what it is about it, but it's just really taking like a toll, and I don't know. But yeah. So for my sake, and also I have to work on some other things. I think we're gonna leave it here for today. And next stream is gonna be on Wednesday. We're gonna continue Undertale. So keep an eye out for that. And with that, thank you so much for coming and giving me an hour and a half of your day. I hope you had fun. And I'll see you next time. Okay? Bye. I love you guys. Sorry.